Hello, this is Lila Wilkinson, and this message is for the director of the Music Preparatory School. I'm talking to you today on behalf of one of my students. Her name is Emily, and this is her first year taking the piano. She's in 6th grade, and she's taken a huge liking to the piano and music. I've spoken with her parents many times, and they're very supportive parents. They've told me that up until this year, Emily was not the happiest kid. She was kind of shy, and she didn't do very well in school. School wasn't the happiest experience for her. But now that she's taking piano lessons, she's practicing diligently, and her life seems to have taken a wonderful turn. She's making new friends, and she's more comfortable in school, and she's doing well academically. She has joined the choir as well as student government, and overall is just having a very successful year, and they attribute this success to her piano and the progress she's made in piano and with her schoolwork is very complimentary. So the issue here today is that within the past month, now that it's the end of the year, Emily has not been doing so well in her piano lessons, and I was very surprised to see this. She was disengaged, didn't really seem to want to be there. She actually canceled a couple of her lessons, which surprised me, and I know it's not because of illness. She clearly has not been practicing, and so I was confused as to why, so I confronted her parents about it, and they were very concerned as well. And so they got back to me, and apparently she is very concerned about the performance at the end of the year that all of the students have to make, the one that is supposed to evaluate her performance as well as mine. Apparently Emily likes practicing the piano for herself, and the music is a very personal thing for her. She doesn't even practice the piano when her family is home. She waits until they're out of the house and makes time to practice for herself. So she's having great anxiety about the end of the year performance, so she's just given up practicing altogether. So I would like to excuse her from this performance. And I think that there are a number of ways that we can substitute the way in which we evaluate her performance as well as mine and the way that I've taught her throughout the year. And I'd like to suggest to you, the administration, to reassess perhaps the way in which you evaluate student progress and teacher progress throughout the year rather than waiting until the end of the year to evaluate such standards, to do it throughout the year in increments to check up on the teacher as well as the student. Now in this situation, I believe that if Emily were to face her fears and perform in front of everyone, I'm afraid that she will most probably cower behind the pressure of that and either mess up or not go on stage at all. And this will inhibit her from practicing the piano or maybe continuing music, which I think is would be a tragedy, considering that my personal philosophy for teaching piano is to improve the lives of my students and to improve their appreciation for music, and I think that she's well on her way to achieve those goals. So some other forms of assessment that I think would be appropriate in this situation is perhaps for you, the administrator, to come to one of her lessons and observe the repertoire that she's rehearsing now and the progress she's made since the beginning of the year as she is a first-year student. In addition, Emily is a pretty good composer. I've taught her a little bit about the art of composing, and she's taken to it very well. And I was thinking maybe we could have her compose a piece for one of her peers and have her peer perform that in front of everyone. I think that would be a wonderful way to see the progress she's made throughout the year. In addition, I think maybe Emily would be comfortable with me recording her performance, whether it be a videotape or just an audio recording of her performance. And again, I think that it's important that we look at the process that she's gone through throughout the year, not the product of what's happened throughout the year. So if you could get back to me and let me know if you approve of Emily not performing at the end of the year recital, and maybe we can take to her personal needs and adjust our ways to fit her needs and the needs of her parents. So if you could just get back to me and we could figure out how we want to take care of this. Thank you very much.